po sa 6 na taon na to ay naganap ito pong mga allegation of the extrajudicial killing. Sa isang press con po na napanood ko po ay nabanggit niyo po yung reward system na binabanggit niyo po yung 3 milyon para po doon sa eradication ng drug lords. At meron din po kayo nabanggit doon sa 2 milyon naman po para po doon sa mga drugista. At meron din po kayong binanggit doon na second echelon na almost 1 million. Ito po ba ay totoo, Mr. President?
Correct. I was fighting a drug war. Doon sa mga manufacturers, sinasabi ko talaga patayin ninyo. Patayin ninyo. Huwag na ninyong, basta maabot na ninyo dyan sa factory na nagluluto ng shabu, patayin ninyo. Yan ang utos ko. And I assume for responsibility.
Okay, Mr. President.
Yung mga nasa labas na naglakad, nanhuli, hindi yun. At yung actual nasa factory, sabi ko, ubusin nyo lahat. Lalo na yung mga aliens. And this happened in my city,
And
in other cities in the Philippines.
and you take full responsibility for this, Mr. President.
I will go to prison for that, Mr. Sir.
At yun po ay in terms of policy, yun po yung inyong sinasabi. Ito po yung polisiya ng ating gobyerno, and that's the reason why ito po yung inyong pinaninindigan. Correct, Mr. President.
Isahin ko na lang, and I will not repeat it. I did it as a matter of principle to protect my country. That is the long and short of it. Kung anong tanong man ninyo.
Mr. Chairman, recently lang po, si PNP Chief Marbil ay meron po siyang interview dito po sa, can you kindly show yung GMA News Online number 12. At sinabi po ni PNP Chief Marbil that based on the official PNP data from July 2016 to June 2022, Marbil said that 1,286 officers were affected in the line of duty, with 312 killed and 974 wounded. And at the same time, sabi niya po, Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, that these police officers carried out their responsibilities with dedication and often faced considerable risk to ensure public safety. Many officers endured not only physical harm but also found themselves entangled in legal and administrative challenges. 214, Mr. President, na mga officers ng PNP faced 352 criminal cases during this period. And according to him, that while the promise of support was made, many officers continued to face consequences largely on their own. Dinagdag pa po niya, Mr. President and Mr. Chairman, that 195 officers were dismissed over the period of 6 years. There are also 398 cops facing dismissal for various reasons. More than 20 police officers are currently in detention right now, Mr. President. The PNP chief said that numbers remind us that the impact of the anti-drug campaign was deeply felt by our police force as well. He noted that even as former President Duterte publicly committed to supporting those enforcing the campaign, he said there is no official record that these commitments were fully realized.
I was not asked even for a minute
So, Mr.
tumulong and for what a particular purpose. Then I will now make this promise. I will start a fund sa protection ng mga pulis. I'm putting up 1 million. Paghahanap ako, meron akong 1 million. Hindi ako magawa. Kung meron million lang, magbubula ako, sabihin ko wala.
Mr. Chairman,
I'll start.
Yeah.
I'll raise a fund para tulungan yung mga pulis.
Mr. President,
And I will personally appear in court. Ako mismo ang
Sir.
mag-defense counsel nila.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. President, 2 days ago you have mentioned that wala po kayong pamasahe papunta po dito. And I'm pretty shocked that you have 1 million in your account to help our policemen. And we salute you, Mr. President, for that. And for being honest,
That
you will
1
be... that you will
million
be-
is
wait,
for
wait,
my...
wait po, Mr.
that
President.
one
I'm Mr.
million
President, I'm
is
still
for
I
my...
still have the floor, Mr. President. Excuse
for
me.
my
As much-
medicine and subsistence.
No, suspended tayo, suspended.
Gastos.
Hearing resumed. Again, let me remind everybody to please calm down. Let the person talking finish his sentence first before you interject. Okay? Yun lamang po ang aking paalala sa lahat.
Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, yung pong 1 million na ipagkakalob po ninyo will go a long way. And we are very thankful because marami pong mga officers po natin, mga kapulisan po natin na natanggal na po. 100, as a matter of fact, to be exact with that, Mr. Chairman, 195 officers na po itong na-dismiss. Nasira po ang kanilang buhay, nawalan po sila ng trabaho, they were humiliated, their dignity was lost. And Mr. Chairman, Mr. President, that 1 million we go a long way.
I will hand to you the 1
Point
million
of order, Mr. Chairman.
before this.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
What is the rule that was violated? What is the point of order of Congressman
The
Paduano?
former president is speaking without the recognition of the chairman. And please, Mr. President, former president, you know the rules. It was read by Chairman Akop. And being a former congressman, you know the internal rules. Let the members of this committee finish the question before answering. That's my first point of order, Mr. Chairman. And I hope the former president understand.
Nakalimutan
The
ko
rules.
na yun. Yung rules na yun.
Oh, now, I now want you.
Hindi
Pinapaalala ko
ako,
po.
I'm not,
Now again,
I am
Mr.
not,
Chairman. Chairman,
Hearing suspended.
the former president is
Hearing
speaking.
suspended. Hearing is resumed. Before I allow everybody to speak, please be reminded, mga kasama, mga resource persons, to always address the chairperson when you want to speak and wait for the chair to recognize you. Para ho maganda yung communication, yung palitan po ng ating komunikasyon. Mahirap po kasi na nag-uunahan tayo magsalita, dadating po sa punto, nagtataasan na po tayo ng boses, ayaw naman po nating mangyari yan because napaka-maselan at napaka-importante nitong ating pinag-uusapan. I do request from our resource person to please address the chair first before we speak. And the same as well to the members. No, please, address the chair. Let me be the traffic enforcer here para malinaw at maayos ang ating hearing sa ngayong umaga. So I hope that I made myself clear and I'd like to ask Congressman Paduano to please proceed.
Hindi, Mr. Chairman, just a short manifestation lang po. Kasi po, before we start the interpellation, malinaw po na it was discussed to all resource persons and even to the members the rules in this committee. And the former president is keep on violating that rules. Sabi ko na nga, he was then a former congressman and he knows the rules. Please respect this committee, Mr. President. And please, once again, that was my first point order and I hope it will not happen again. Please wait for the recognition of the chairman before you speak. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Congressman Paduano. Your manifestation.
Mr. Chairman.
Now we will now proceed with Congressman Dan
Yes.
Fernandez.
Mr. Chairman.
Wait for the chair to recognize you first, please.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman.
Ulitin
Sige po.
po,
Okay.
please wait for the chair to recognize you before you speak. Now you are recognized, Congressman Dan
Thank you,
Fernandez.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, ang nabanggit po dito ay 195 officers were dismissed over the 6-year period. Ang tanong ko po, Mr. President, bakit ngayon nyo lang po ipagkakaloob yung 1 million samantalang na-dismiss na po ito pong 195 officers?
I do not have the records. Sir,
Wala po.
hindi ako Polcom. So, hindi ko alam yan.
But being the former president, sir, you have this
I know that
capacity.
policemen were dismissed.
Because it was promised by you that you will, sabi niyo po ay sagot niyo silang lahat. But unfortunately, ito po nga po, nakita po natin, nagre-react na po ang PNP. And ang feeling po nila ay they were left alone,
Well,
Mr. President.
if you're citing the records, then I would admit it. Na yun, totoo yan.
Yes, I agree with that.
Walang problema. Sinabi mo eh.
Hindi, I agree with that, Mr. President. But my question is, bakit po natin sila napabayaang katulad po nito? Sagot niyo po sila. Pero 195 na na-dismissed, 398 cops facing dismissal, 1,286 dead, at yung iba po ay wounded. Were we able to help them, Mr. President?
Well, alam mo, sir, if you work for a government, there are rules to be followed. It is not just because you are a policeman that you're always correct. It is not safe to say that you are a mayor that you are always correct, that you rule the city by your own. Maraming nagkakamali, and there must be a reason for their dismissal. There cannot be a dismissal without a lawful ground. Kung napaalis yan, sir, meron talagang kasalanan. Hindi mo pwede, basta i-dismiss mo lang yung pulis.
But Mr. President, you
Pero ako, pro-police talaga ako.
Yes.
Pinoprotektahan ko talaga ang pulis.
I understand, Mr. President. But you made the promise, Mr. President, that sagot niyo sila.
Sagot ko.
And yun po ang problema natin, Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, that after 6 years, ngayon lang po tayo magbibigay ng tulong para po sa kanila.
Hindi.
The record will show, Mr. President.
Hindi mo, yan ang record. Hindi, walang record ng bigas, pati pera.
No, Mr. President,
binigay ko
what I'm
sa
trying to
pamilya
say,
nila.
the record will show that wala pong tulong natanggap ang lahat ng ito. Hindi po ako nagsasalita nito, Mr. President. Ang nagsasalita po nito ay si Chief PNP Marbil.
Alam mo si Marvin, you remind him, hindi nakalista yung mga bigas na binigay ko sa mga pamilya ng polis, pera, enrollment ng mga bata. Hindi nakalista dyan. You
Mr.
remind that Marbil to
Mr. President,
use your...
ang binabanggit po natin dito ay tulong na legal.
Huwag kang maniwala dyan kay Marbil. Wala ka dyan.
Okay, we will be... but, sige po, punta po tayo sa susunod, Mr. President. Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, I would like to show a video. And later I'll be asking the former President to answer some queries from this representation.
Sandali lang.
Yes, sir.
I'm not trying to be smart, Alec. I'm sorry if I'm overdoing.
Hindi, it's okay po, Mr. President. No problem po.
It's not really, hindi ko sinasadya yun.
Opo.
I respect I was once a member of Congress. Medyo emotional lang kasi ako basta sa crime na talagang galit ako sa kriminal.
We understand that po, Mr. President. And thank you for that. Pakita lang po natin yung video, Mr. President. Mr. President, noong August 23,
Bago ko
2016, wait. Noong August 23, 2016, doon po sa Committee on Human Rights and Committee on Justice, binanggit po dito yung reward system. At sinabi po ni former Chief PNP, Gerald Bato, tungkol doon po sa reward system. I want to show this video clip, Mr. Chairman, please.
Alam ko po na nabanggit ng Pangulo na magkakaroon ng pabuya ang mga magbibigay ng leads tungkol dun sa mga huhuli natin dito sa droga. Alam ko na humihingi ang ating Office of the President ng mas mataas na budget. Nakausap ba kayo, direksyon ni Pangulong Duterte, ukol sa pabuya kung ito nga ba'y 2 million sa bawat madadala ng ating mga kababayan na mga drug pushers? Kasama po ba ang mga pulis dito sa pabuya? Sir.
Wala pong pili yan, Your Honor. Kung ang pulis ay involved sa droga at siya'y nahuli, yung informant po ay makakatanggap ng corresponding reward na ino-offer ng Presidente.
So nag-usap kayo ng ating Pangulo ukol dyan. Magkano po daw ang ibibigay sa bawat informant na magbibigay ng pangalan ng isang pusher?
Meron kasi siyang ibang, kasi busy na ako masyado sa aking trabaho, Your Honor. Sabi niya, meron siyang assistant na magti-take charge dyan sa pag-distribute. Basta ang last na nasabi niya sa akin is 5 million yung drug lord talaga. Yung malalaking drug lord, 5 million ibibigay niya.
So depende dun sa kanilang anatomy kung saan yung mas mataas.
Mas mataas. Pag sa baba, mababa.
Ang gusto ko malaman, yung pulis mismo, sa sibilyan, maaaring 5 million. Sa pulis din ba, makakatanggap sila pag sila ang nakapagtungkoy? O dahil kasama yan sa kanilang sinumpang tungkulin, iba naman po ang maaaring ibigay sa kanila? Nabanggit po ba yan ng Pangulo?
Nabanggit ng Pangulo yun. Kahit na pulis, kasama doon na makakatanggap sa pera na i-offer niya. Pero sa amin naman, internal, meron kaming ibang reward system, di ba? Meron kaming, bibigyan kami ng awards. Or kung talagang meritorious, pwedeng meritoriously promoted yung tao, mapopromote. Meron po kami sariling sistema.
So sa dami ng mga hinuli, meron na bang nakatanggap ngayon ng pabuya?
I presume, meron na, Your Honor. Hindi ko lang po inaalam dahil hindi ko nakikialam dahil money matters yan.
Sige po.
Direkta na kayo kung saan kayo pwede mag-claim. Hindi dumadaan sa akin.
Siguro maganda din na anong tanggapan sa ating gobyerno ang nagdi-disperse yan? OP?
Nagtanungin ko po si Presidente, Your Honor.
Siguro pwede tayo makahingi niyan. Kung meron ng nabigyan, siguro kung ito'y makakasama sa kanyang kaligtasan, maaari namang executive lang ito, hindi na natin i-release. Meron pong gustong...
Mr. Chairman, Mr. President, will you confirm that the Office of the President humingi po ng mataas na budget para po sa reward system? Sir, can you kindly use the mic, please? Will you kindly use the mic, please?
That's correct.
So,
You have to spend money for operations, for intelligence. Alam mo, sir, if I will be allowed to explain, ang isang pulis, at magtanong ka dito after this proceeding, magpunta ka ng anong istasyon. Ang pulis, hanggang sweldo lang yan, pati equipments, office materials. Pero sabihin mo yung pulis na may sariling fund for an operation day-to-day to follow up cases sa mga criminals, wala, sir. Magtawag ka ng siyang yung pulis dito ngayon. Magtanong ka, pagkatapos dito.
yun po ba, Mr. President?
Kailangan,
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
yeah.
sir. No, go ahead, sir.
kailangan punduhan mo talaga ang pulis. Lalo na if there is a serious crime, kidnapping, ikaw talaga ang pipinance niyan. Walang pera ang pulis na mag-follow up kung saan dinala yung victim, kung they have to spend money or else you end up with nothing, and sometimes Pag yung time limit na binibigay ng kidnapper hindi na masunod, pinapatay nila. That's why it's a race against time. Kaya ako, pagka ganito, mas kung na presidente ako, pag yung mga may kidnapping, ako talaga ang nagbibigay ng pera. At ang order ko sa kanila, sir, nandito na lang rin tayo. Pag nahuli ninyo, patayin ninyo lahat. Huwag ninyong dalhin sa
Sir,
pupunta ng presuhan niya, papakainin ko pa yung mga...
Mr. President, thank you so much for refraining yourself from speaking bad words.
Sir,
We appreciate that. No? Nakikita po namin na talagang pinipigilan nyo ang sarili nyo.
takot ako sa inyo, sir.
Hindi po, sir. Natutuwa po kami dahil nga nagiging maayos po yung ating
Totoo.
usapan po, sir. Sir, kasi po may...
Sweating hands, oh. Takot talaga ako sa inyo.
Kami rin po, malabig din po kamay namin dahil... Mr. President, medyo... nabanggit din po dito ni General Bato during that time that siya po ay tinatanong ni Senator Grace po na sinasabi na sino magdi-disperse doon sa Office of the President. At may sinasabi po si General Bato, sino po ba yung sinasabi na assistant na magdi-disperse po nung pera para sa reward system?
Yes.
Sino po, Mr. President?
Hindi ko naman mong kahiro doon.
Kasi may sinasabi po si General Bato na tao na magdi-disperse ng pera from the Office of the President. Sino po yun, Mr. President?
Hindi ko na alam talaga kung pagka ganung police operations actually it's an official it's not a hidden item there. Kunin mo doon sa kahira sa baba na kay police operation
Mr. President,
lahat naman yan police operation. It cannot be funded by it cannot be a police operation cannot be funded by private money. That is not allowed by law.
pero during the time that you were during one of your interview, Mr. President, I still remember that you have mentioned that yung pong pera na galing po sa donation ng inyong pong campaign funds will be utilized for the reward system. You mentioned that and I saw the video. And that's a private money, Mr. President.
Yes, or galing sa akin. Hindi na private money. Kasi natanggap ko yan. Ano na ako nakahawak ko na the money I was holding was already when I was in the official na ako.
But in accordance with the rule of COMELEC, yung excess money po na ginagamit po natin sa kampanya must be returned back to the COMELEC, Mr. Chair, to the donors, Mr.
Maniwala
President.
ka yung...
Hindi, yun po sinasabi ng COMELEC, Mr. President. And yun po yung batas na atin po dapat sundin.
Tanungin kita, sinong kandidato nagsauli?
Sir President, you cannot ask question. We will be the one asking question.
That's why I said,
Kasi po kami po, pag nakakatanggap
Because
po,
it's-
Mr. President, I still have the floor.
congruous.
Mr. President, kasi po ako pag nakakatanggap, kakaunti lang po yung nabibigay sa ating donation. So kulang na kulang pa po. And we believe that you have mentioned that excess money was utilized for the reward system. Is this true, Mr.
Public
President?
interest, to protect public interest.
Kaya nga po, Mr. President,
Yes.
na-utilize po yun. Yung sa,
Yes, correct.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, binanggit po natin, isa sa mga pronouncement din po ninyo that in no matter, sabi niyo po, that you won't apologize to the thousands of people who died and families who suffered because it is your belief that it's worth killing drug addicts and pushers. Dahil nga sa sinabi niyo rin yung don't destroy my country because I will kill you. Nabanggit niyo po ito, Mr.
Yeah.
President. And
Correct.
would you also agree with me, Mr. President, that there are so many forms and ways how to destroy a country?
Again, sir?
There's a lot of ways to destroy our country. Is it correct? There's a lot of ways, Mr. President. Maraming paraan para wasakin po ang ating bansa.
Of course.
Di ba? Hindi lamang po ang pagsugpo sa illegal drugs. As a
Yes.
matter of fact, Mr. President,
Rebellion.
yes, correct. Yung pong tinatawag po nating economic saboteurs, yung pong mga sumisira ng ating kalikasan, yung mga nagpapasok ng mga illegal, yung mga smuggling sa ating pong mga custom, yung pong mga droga na pinapasok, yung mga illegal na bigas, yung pong mga asukal at iba pa. And at the same time, Mr. Chairman, yung corruption also. And at the same time, Mr. Chairman, ito po tinatawag nating conniving with the different enemies. These are forms and elements in destroying our country. Mr. President, your pronouncement that don't destroy my country because I will kill you. Does this pertains to all of these elements, Mr.
Hindi naman. Sir, I was really particularly worried because yung droga kasi ang target yung mga bata. Hindi tayo. Ang droga na distribute dyan sa mga high school, dyan sa mga ano, kung ang next generation ng Pilipino puro bangag, at marami nakikita mo dito, marami ng mga opisyal natin sa gobyerno, nakikita mo mga bangag. Alam mo na kung sino ang bangag. Tinatawag nila, kaya ako, sir, I'm just being, I was being a father of the city, but talagang galit ako sa kriminal.
Yes. And would you
Naggalit ako sa kriminal.
And would you agree with me, Mr. President, that doon po sa inyong war on drugs, yung mga reported, majority of those that were reported killed on war on drugs, were not really all drug addicts and pushers. Would you agree with me?
Well, because some of those who are really
Collateral.
in trafficking are not marunong eh. Those in trafficking sa drugs eh, may utak yun. Yun sila ang nag-traffic ng drugs. And they avoid taking drugs because alam nila na kung malulong sila sa droga, hindi na nila magamit yung utak nila.
Mr.
Kaya,
President,
yung sinabi nila na hindi lahat drogista, tama yun. Yung
pero ito po yung mga collateral damage. Sabi nga po, shit happens eh. Diba? Sabi ni Gerald Bato. So, if ever that meron pong collateral damage, meron pong mga shit happens, will you consider this as a failure of the war on drugs?
hindi rin. I would say that it was a maybe unnecessary death, but a collateral damage is recognized, if not, hindi naman sinasadya eh. Kaya yung in one drug den doon sa Davao City, 4 na Chinese, pinatay ko talaga. Ang problema, may tinamaan na 2 yung nagluluto. Pero yung 4 na in-check na
Mr. Chair-
talagang pinatay ko. Sinadya mo talang patpatayin.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. President, is that a
Admission, yes.
admission that you
Oh.
killed them? Lumaban po sila? Or pinatay nyo silang walang laban?
Sinabi ko sa kanila,
Hindi, Mr. President, pinatay nyo po ba siya ng walang laban or lumalaban po sila?
hindi, lumalaban. Kasi,
So-
kasi pag-raid, siyempre, agawan ng kung anong mapupulot nila, lumalaban, pero I would say that hindi naman lahat malaban na mayroong tit for tat. Meaning to say, kung may M16 yung police, may M16 sila. That would be an impossible scenario. Pero kung lumaban, pasensya tayo. Ako sinabi ko, no mayor ako, do not do it. Do not do it because I will kill you. Kung yung naabutan ko doon, kagaya ng 4 na inchik, talagang pinatay ko.
4 po ba yun or 6, Mr. President? 4 po ba yun or 6? Kasi a while ago you were saying 6 po.
4 lang.
4 lang po. So, pwede po na malaman kung sino po yung mga 4 na po yun. Ano pong pangalan po nila?
Alam mo, sir, ang lolo ko Chinese. Baka nga yung isa siguro pinsan ko pa yung hindi ko alam, sir. Hindi ko naman tinanong.
Natawa naman ako doon, Mr. President.
Dito, sabi ko, ang lulo ko Chinese Lam ang lulo ko.
On another topic, Mr. President. Si Garma po ay nagkaroon po siya ng affidavit. At sinabi po niya na meron pong double model na 3 levels of payments. Meron po siya sinasabi sa affidavit niya Nasabi niya, yung first suspect is killed. Ang binabayad daw po ay 20,000 to 1 million. At sa second level naman po, ang sinasabi niya yung co-plan, yung pong plan na pinapan po yung planned operation. At yung third daw po ay yung pong refund ng operational expenses. Ito po ba sinasabi ni Colonel Garma na pag binabayad doon sa mga namamatay na 20,000 to 1 million, which by the way corroborated by the testimony of Tata and Andy, is true?
Correct.
So ito po yung namamatay, binabayad po 20,000 to 1 million.
Hindi yan, sir. Ganito yan.
Hindi, yung po ang tanong ko, Mr. President.
Hindi, ganito nga.
Sige po.
Ito na yung answer ko
Sige po.
Yung may police operation, alam ng police lahat yan, pinupunduhan ko yan. O ito, for a particular project. Pagka na-accomplish nila yan, sir, may sobra, magsabi ang police officer o lead officer, sir, may sobra, hindi na ubos yun. Hindi na yan. For the boys. Yan, sir.
Okay,
Yan,
sir.
yan.
Mr. President, in some interviews you have mentioned that, and you have spoken about the reward system. And sinabi nyo, patay o buhay? Patay, better. Buhay, okay lang.
Correct.
Yes, so ibig po sabihin ay mas okay sa inyo kapag patay.
Mas maganda kung patay, sir.
And that's the reason why we are trying to encourage our citizens to kill all those addicts.
No, not addicts. To kill the criminals. Not addicts, because addicts are victims of the criminals running the drug syndicates.
Mr.
Mali yan, sir. Mali
Mr.
yan.
Mr.
Mali
President,
yan.
kasi there is a report na nagsalita po kayo noong July 1, 2016 that was covered by The Guardian. At sinabi niyo po dito, if you know of any addicts, go ahead and kill them yourself, as getting their parents to do it would be too painful.
I am talking of the drug manufacturers and drug dealers. That is
So mali po
I
to.
don't know who wrote it. I am not bound by it. Huwag mong iano yan, sir. Hindi ko trabaho yan. Get it from my mouth. Because I was the man.
Ano po to, Mr. President? Live, ano po to, interview po to? Ano po to,
Talagang
video?
sinabi ko, pero hindi tama yan.
Nasa video po, Mr. President.
Sinabi hindi addict, sabi ko drug dealers and drug pusher. Bakit mo patayin niyo yung addict? Dali mo sa ospital. It's common sense.
Ang polisiya po ng ating pong gobyerno, yung pong neutralization, illegal drug personalities nationwide, kailangan po siyang ma-neutralize. And as a matter of fact, ito po ay issued ng Memorandum Circular number 16/2016. And according to General Gamboa, when I heard it in the Senate, sabi niya confidential po to. At nakakaalam lamang po ay yung mga commander. As a matter of fact, yung po sinabi niyo, commander, yung mga chief of PNP ng DDS. Bakit po siya naging confidential, Mr. President?
Again, sir, what's the question?
Bakit po kaya naging confidential yung pong utos na negation and neutralization of all those personalities sa illegal drugs?
Standard yan, sir. That is standard. Hindi naman minano ng pulisya ng there is a directive. It is confidential. And if there is a list, it cannot be made public. Not even shown to anybody, pati sa yung mga
Kasi Mr. President, kung negation and neutralization, alam naman po natin, according nga kay Chairman Abante during our discussion, na ang meaning po ng negation ay patayin, neutralize, patayin. So, is there really an intent to hide this and make it confidential in order the lower ranks ng ating
No,
kapulisan na hindi po malaman
Wala
yung
akong-
inyong kautusan?
I will admit na ang order ko yung mga drug manufacturers, pati yung mga big time drug distribution, patayin. Hindi ko, I will not deny it. At kung ako, mabalik ako pagka-mayor, tublahin ko yun.
And I want to make it clear, Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, that nung panahon po ng ating pong Pangulong, dating Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte, meron po tayong 210,000 na mga kapulisan. And during that time, kung titignan mo yung mathematical computation, if ever na nagkaroon po tayo ng 20,000 na killed during that time, ay kung magkakaroon po tayo ng ratio na 1:1, ay sasabihin po natin that majority of the members of the PNP ay hindi naman po na-involved dito po sa war on drugs. Would you agree with me with that, Mr. President?
Yes, sir. Mayroon kasi yung mga drug enforcement units na siguro.
Sila lang po yung na-involved.
Not all policemen, any police department of the city or the province are dedicated to the drug operations. Meron talaga yung unit, sir, hindi lahat. There's the anti-smuggling, anti-narcotics, ganun, may especially
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Chairman, meron kayong nabanggit sa Guardian. Sa Guardian, noong pong July 1, 2016. At sinabi po ninyo dito, Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, during the campaign, you said 100,000 people would die in this crackdown. With so many dead bodies dumped in Manila Bay, that fish there would grow fat from feeding on them. And out of that 100,000 that you have mentioned, ang reported lamang po na namatay ay almost 20,000 to 30,000. So, were you disappointed on this, Mr.
kulang.
Kulang? Were you disappointed that it's only 20,000 to 30,000?
Sir, kung pabalikin mo ako sana pagka-presidente, I will make up for the yung kulang na ano.
Kawawa naman po yung mga pamilya, Mr. Mr. President. Actually, marami po mga napatay na hindi po nabibigyan ng hustisya, and I think this is not a laughing matter, Mr. Chairman.
This is my message, sir.
Yes.
Pagka pumasok ka sa droga, pumasok sa krimen, iyo yan.
But-
Iyo yan.
Yes, but Mr. President, you manifested. Yes.
And they heard me say that do not do it because I will kill you.
Yeah, but you manifested a while.
Narinig
Yes,
niyo
Mr.
yan,
I understand po. You manifested a while ago that those that were killed during the war on drugs were not all addicts and high-value targets.
Yan ang
Kaya hindi po nagmamatch yung...
that would be a matter of mathematical ano sir. Hindi lahat talaga tama ka.
Okay.
It could not be na lahat durugista or even connected with drugs.
And because of this pronouncement niyo, Mr. President, because you have mentioned of the reward system, doon po sa nabasa ko sa news, and if I may, police were outsourcing extrajudicial killings to the same vigilante gang they accused of murder. Officials of the PNP, andyan po, kung mababasa po ninyo, coordinated with vigilantes, selected targets to credit for murders, and on occasion paid for assassinations in the name of the war against drugs. So in other words, Mr. Chairman, because of this war on drugs na pronouncement po ninyo, yung pong anti-drug vigilante group existed because of this tinatawag po nating outsourcing ng mga pulis. Like what happened, Mr. President, nung kami po ay nag-imbestiga dito na si Colonel Santi, who testified under oath and made an affidavit na sinasabi po niya na nag-hire po sila ng killer para po kay General Barayuga. At binayaran po nila ng 300,000 pesos will you agree with me, Mr. President, that General Barayuga was a victim of extrajudicial killing?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm not... Wala, wala talaga akong isabi lang. Hindi ko alam kung ano sinasabi mo.
This happened, Mr. President, during your time.
Yeah.
But you don't know what happened to General Barayuga?
Wala akong...
Mr. Chairman, kasi po, panahon po ninyo to, nung mamatay si General Barayuga, and it saddened us kung hindi po natin alam kung ano po nangyari doon sa kaso yun.
Yan ang problema eh. Gusto ko rin malaman kasi it was during my time. I am as much interested as you.
Kasi Mr. President, General po to.
Pero yung utos ko, inaamin ko,
Na ano po?
walang problema yan.
Hindi nyo po ba inibisigahan itong tungkol kay General Barayuga?
Walang nakialam dyan, sir.
Kindly wrap up.
Kasi po, Mr. Mr.
That is a personal, maybe, I don't know.
Kasi po si,
Wala akong na magpatay ng general.
kasi po, ito pong si Colonel Hector Grijaldo, na siya pong nag-aakusa sa amin that kami daw po ay pinuwersa namin siya, kinuwers namin siya, hinaras po namin siya. Siya po ang chief of police ng Mandaluyong when this murder of General Grijaldo happened. General Barayuga happened. And that's the reason why we are asking about kung nalaman po ninyo itong kasong to, Mr.
Wala, sir. Sino yan, sir? Sinong suspect?
Well, according po kay Colonel Santi, ang suspect po ay si Colonel Leonardo at si Colonel Garma. He mentioned in the affidavit that Colonel Leonardo called him. Kaya nga po, tinatanong po namin sa inyo kung nalalaman po niyo yung kaso niyo.
I do not know. There should be cases by now. There should be a case filed by now. Kung ganon, lalo na general. So, anong ginagawa ng pulis pati military dyan? They should be more more active. Lalo na yung general.
Okay po. Mr. Chairman, Mr. President, merong pronouncement sa Philippine Daily Inquirer written by Marlon Ramos, Robert Dehon, noong October 14, 2016. And De Lima called mother of all drug lords. Nakasulat po to at binabanggit po. Naniniwala po ba kayo at si Secretary De Lima ang mother of all drug lords?
Who said it, sir?
According sa report ay mga tao po natin sa Malacanang ay
Sino,
si
sir?
Director Ruel Lasala and Reynaldo Esmeralda, former NBI officer in charge ng Department of
I
Justice.
would like to congratulate them for making this statement.
Secretary De Lima, would you agree with the statement of the former president that you are the mother of all drug lords?
Absolutely false. That is a fictitious, bogus allegation against me. And then they filed cases against me. Kinasuhan po ako nila ng mga kaso tungkol sa droga. Initially, consummated illegal drug trading. Inamend nila into conspiracy to commit illegal trading. 30 kaso yung sinampa sa akin. Absuelto na po ako dun sa 3 dahil wala po akong kinalaman sa illegal drugs. Kasama lang ho yan sa naging propaganda nila. Kasama lang ho yan dun sa mga para meron silang isang figure, a prominent figure, at si Senador De Lima ho yun noon, noong 2016, na doon ang magiging atensyon ng bansa, atensyon ng mundo, na itong babaeng ito ay the mother of all drug lords, the believed drug trade queen. Ano pong nangyari dun sa mga nagpapusa sa akin, yung mga believed convicts, mga nung una, yun ang mga sabi nila, kung ano mga sinabi nila na nag-raise funds ako. Pero kinalaunan, binabawi ho nila yung kanilang mga akusasyon against me. I was cleared of all 3 drug cases. I underwent the whole process. Dumaan po ako sa buong proseso kahit mahirap, masakit para sa akin. Kinulong ako ng almost 7 years na hindi na po nila yan mababalikan dahil sa pagkagalit nung pinaka-mastermind nung pag-persecute sa akin na inimplement nung kanyang Secretary of Justice, si Vitaliano Aguirre, at meron pang mga ibang handlers na siyang mga kumausap dun sa mga nagtestigo against me. So that is absolutely false. That is a slanderous accusation against me.
Thank you po. Mr. Chairman, Mr. President, meron po ako nabasa na news observer nung 2017. At ito po news article tungkol kay Las Cañas, who claims he was a former DDS leader and personally killed about 200 people. Sinabi niya po sa Senado, the squad was formed under the guise of an anti-crime unit within the Davao Police. He says, given the task of the team was, he says, given the task of eliminating hardened criminals and later political opponents and journalists critical of Duterte's rule. He alleged regularly took direct orders from sa inyo po about who to kill and how to dispose of the bodies. Las Cañas claims those shocking words: throw them in the ocean or in the quarry, bury them, make sure there are no traces of the bodies, were spoken by Duterte at one of the dozens of alleged meetings with the DDS. The police hit squad was paid based on the value of the targets, he says. So, Mr. President, ang tanong ko po, totoo po ba ang sinasabi ni Las Cañas? Gano'n nyo po ba katagal nakakilala ang taong ito?
Storyteller yan, sir. Si Raulo.
Pero matagal nyo na po siyang kilala.
Pero later on, maybe because sa karaming pinatay niya, hinabol siya ng mga kalag. What's kalag in
Espiritu.
ang espiritu ng pinatay niya. Medyo bungog ngayon.
May 3 dekada nga po ba siya na nagsilbi sa inyo? Kasi binabanggit niya dito in his more than 3 decades of service, admitted that he was blindly loyal to the cause and saw his work as a noble form of public service.
Or
Mr.
policemen.
President, for a while, we were risking our lives for the welfare of the majority of the people. I felt that I was serving the country for the greater good. Yun po yung kanyang parang naramdaman nung ipinaglalaban niya yung 200 people na kanyang pinatay dahil naniniwala po siya sa nobility nung kanyang sinasabi po ninyo na this is being done because of public service.
I am now
Yes, sir.
may hero complex yung buang na yan. Sino man maniwala ka ng istorya na gano'n?
Meron pa po siya sinasabi, Mr. President. Ito, last na po to, na sinasabi niya, he tells one particular incident, no? Medyo worrisome po ako talaga dito because meron po kayong binabagyan against this that has given him nightmares for years. In 1996, Las Cañas and his team were ordered to kill an alleged criminal, his pregnant wife, and his 4-year-old son, who were all in the same vehicle at the same time. I attempted to rescue the 4-year-old boy, Las Cañas claimed. But according to our team leader, since the boy had seen our faces, he could recognize us in years from now and identify us. It was on the personal order of Duterte, he claims, that they disposed of the family. Mayor Rudy approved the recommendation of our task force commander in front of us to erase, meaning to kill everyone that was his specific order, that he okay with it, provided it would be clean.
Sir, medyo mataas-taas ito lang, ko sir. When I was a fiscal, kukunti lang yung sweldo, and I got married, asawa ako, got pregnant, nanganak ako. So, short yung income ko. Nagturo ko ako to augment my income sa Police Academy sa Davao City for about almost 7 years while I was a prosecutor. Wala akong tinuro na ganun sa kanila. By the book, at hindi naman ako gabong hikoprito na magsabi sa kanila, ito ang gawin mo, tapos pagdating doon, sabihin ko sa kanila na iba ang gawin. That's a very complex thing to do kung ako ang tinutukoy mo sa mangyayari niya. I cannot imagine myself of teaching criminal law sa Police Academy doon, pagkatapos iba ang sabihin ko sa kanila sa likod. How?
Mr. President, if I may, no? Sinabi rin po ni Las Cañas dito that kayo raw po yung Lord of all drug lords. Ano pong masasabi niyo po dito?
Ano po?
Kayo daw po ang Lord of all drug lords.
I cannot. Ikaw, alam mo man ako, sir. Papabili siguro ako ng mga aspirin, gano'n, pero...
Paki-explain po properly, Mr. President. Hindi po namin masyado maintindihan.
Hindi ako dadating ng pagka-presidente, sir, kung gano'n ako.
Sir, can you kindly tone down your voice?
Oh, yes.
We're just trying
was
to...
just
no, Mr.
emphasizing
President,
the
we're
point
just asking
that
to clarify your
alam ng
statements.
pulis, alam ng lahat ng tao ng Pilipinas, mayor ako, hindi ako dadating ng pagka-presidente kung ganon ako katurpe.
Hindi, sinasabi lang po namin, Mr. President, kung kayo po yung Lord of all drug lords na sinasabi po ni Arturo Las Cañas. Yun po ang tinatanong ko. Mr. President, okay. Lastly, Mr. President.
That's your last question.
Yes,
Again,
last na po to.
Congressman Dan
Mr. President, meron po kayo sinabi nung 2016 sa interview niyo po that you have planted evidence during your time as a fiscal. Is this true? Hindi po totoo.
That's garbage, sir.
So yung pong nasabi niyo sa video, hindi po siya totoo.
Alam ng mga pulis yan, yung planting of evidence, hindi talaga ako.
Kasi Mr. President, yun po yung napanood ko at sinabi niyo po kasi. Kaya kami naman po ay, we are basing on the video that we have seen at nakita po namin yung sinasabi niyo na nagpa-plant po kayo ng evidence and we wanted to find out. Kasi yung pronouncement niyo po was construed by the members of the PNP organization that they can do freely the planting of evidence.
That's illegal. And I said, I was teaching them criminal law.
Yeah, but the problem, Mr. President, is your announcement or your pronouncement that you have done that, yung sa planting of
Kung
evidence.
hindi yan sa libro, sir, na tinuro ko, hindi totoo yan.
Siguro, ipakita lang po natin yung video. Yung last na po to para at least
Sundays. We planted evidence. We arrested persons, but we released them. But telling him that it was this person who squealed on him. And then we, when he goes out but killing, then we said that it was this fellow who really did it, who did you in. We first planted the intrigues so that we would know where they were from, where they came from. It was not until I was the favorite whipping boy.
So, Mr. President, hindi po totoo yung nasa video po. Ano po, Mr. President?
Totoo yan.
So nagpa-plan po talaga kayo ng evidence?
Well, that was a part of the strategy as a mayor and as the leader of the law enforcement agency in the city.
Thank you, Mr. President. At maraming po salamat, Mr. Chairman, and I'll be yielding back my time.
Salamat, Congressman Dan Fernandez.
Mr. Chair,
The next to interpolate
Mr. Chair.
is, what is the pleasure of
in connection, isang tanong lang po in connection kay sa mga katanungan ni Honorable Dan
This is in
Fernandez.
relation to Congressman
Yes.
Dan Fernandez's...
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay, please, you have 2 minutes.
Mr. President, magandang hapon po. According po sa inyo, sa mga pangako nyo ng kampanya na tumatakbo pa yung presidente, na lilinisin nyo po yung ating bansa para sa ating mga anak. Pangako nyo po yun. Pero Mr. President, sabi po ng mga kapulisan, at according din po sa mga news report, 21 po na mga bata, mga kabataan, mga bata ang namatay as a result of your war and drugs. Ang tanong ko po, Mr. President, is this to you still a collateral damage?
What's the basis of your statement?
Mr. President, according po sa mga report po ng kapulisan at saka sa news report, meron pong 21 na mga bata na namatay as a result of war and drugs. Ang katanungan ko po, Mr. President, yung 21 na bata po ba na namatay is resulta po ng collateral damage?
What particular report are you referring to?
Katulad po sila Ron J. Furio, bumibili ng barbecue sa Santa Ana.
Where?
Sa Santa Ana po, Manila, nabaril po ng dalawang riding in tandem targeting local government councilor Roberto Pudal. At meron din po isa rito, si Danny Camille Garcia, targeting her grandfather, Maximo Garcia. Isa rin po sa known na suspect na nagtitinda ng droga, Mr. President.
So what's your question?
Ito rin po bang mga bata na ito na nadamay at namatay dahil sa gera po sa war and drugs, do you consider din po ang mga kabataang ito na collateral damage?
Damay pala, collateral damage. If they were not the intended target, what can we do? Can you control the direction of the bullet? It comes out of the barrel of the gun of the police and it will hit a person, go through the body of that person and hit another person.
Kaya Mr. President,
Alam mo, kung may police, I'm now a civilian, kung may police magpatay ng bata, maasahan mo, mismo dyan, babaril.
kaya nga po Mr. President, do you consider them as collateral damage? Yes or no?
Collateral damage. Wala tayong magawa.
And do you take responsibility para po ba sa mga ito?
Well, of course. If it is the job of the police doing his job, may collateral damage na tama, akin yan. Bakit po? Hindi naman ang bala, hindi naman namimili yan eh.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
So, correct. I ask you full responsibility.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Kong Hoon. The next to interpolate is Congressman Raul Manuel. You have 10 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, tanong po natin sa dating Pangulo Rodrigo Duterte. Gusto po natin i-confirm kung totoo na matapos mag-testify dito sa Quad Committee si retired Colonel or dating Colonel Regina Garma, totoo po ba na tumawag si dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte sa kanya para ipaliwanag kung bakit INC members kagaya ni Colonel Leonardo ang mainam na ilagay sa key roles dun sa war on drugs?
I will not do it. And I will never do it. And I did not do it. Hindi ako mag-explain sa pulis kung ano ang ginawa niya. Ikaw ang managot niyan, hindi ako. Kung may order ako sa pulis, gawain mo yan. At pagka pumutok yan, iyo yan. Huwag mo akong turuin dito kasi trabaho mo yan as a pulis. Hindi kita kailangan. Sabi ko nga, 2 taon ako nagturo sa Police Academy, including criminal procedure and evidence. Hindi lang sophisticated, raw lecture lang. Pero hindi ako nagsabi ng turo ng gano'n ka-stupid. I mean, you should maybe medyo habulin mo ang utak ko, Andre. Hindi ako ang presidente kung... Hindi ako.
Mr. Chair, linawin ko lang yung tanong. Yung tanong ko po ay kung totoo ba na tinawagan ng dating Pangulo si Colonel Garma matapos mag-testify ni Colonel Garma dito sa Quad Committee.
Hindi nga. Bakit ko siya tanungin? Sarili niya yung trabaho. Siya managot. Why would I call anybody? You are a policeman, policewoman, do your duty. Kung nagkaletse-letse yan, you explain to the judge. And if you are not believed by the court, then you go to jail. That is your duty. That is your destiny.
Mr. Chair, karugtong po niyan, tama po ba na pinaliwanag na kaya napili si Colonel Leonardo para sa isang key role doon sa war on drugs ay dahil mapagkakatiwalaan siya sa pera?
I do not give money to people. Wala nga akong pati pagsayangan niyang... Alam mo, kung may pera man ako sa city government, I'd rather buy rice for the... Yung police, may sweldo yan. Kung may operation, magsabi sila, bigyan ko. That's the most that I can do. Kasi magsabi, out of the province, out of the city, you would need gasoline. Alam mo ba, baka what time malaman mo? Alam mo ba na noon ang polis walang gasolina? And there are stations na walang gasolina ang polis. Alam mo ba yan?
Mr. Chair,
Muna. At yung mga...
Mr. Chair, I think
Yung
nabanggit na po
mga
yan kanina
sasakyan.
doon sa sagot sa mga
1 minute
dati nating mga mambabat.
Kinig ka muna kasi...
Dali lang po. Suspended po muna tayo. Hearing is resumed. Again, I'd like to remind our resource person and our members to please maintain our decorum. Kung meron pong magtataas ng boses, kung maaari po, medyo ibaba po natin yan dahil gusto po natin ay matiwasay itong ating committee hearing sa ngayon. Congressman Manuel, please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, sa dating hearings ng Quad Committee, retired Police Colonel Edelberto Leonardo confirmed na merong reward scheme for police personnel under the drug war of former President Rodrigo Duterte. At meron din pong isang interview mismo sa dating Pangulo na kaya gusto niya ay INC, yung merong key roles dun sa drug war, ay dahil nga kapag INC daw, mapagkakatiwalaan sa pera. So gusto po nating ma-confirm, given the presence of the former president, kung totoo yun, na INC yung mapagkakatiwalaan sa pera para dun sa reward system.
The reward system. Ganito yan. Lahat ng governors pati mayors ginagawa yan. If there is an operation which is not funded by the police, because there is really no money, particular money for every crime committed at yung for the operation, lalo na out of town, you have to provide. If it says Davao City, outside of the province, Cotabato, prosecutor kasi ako, so I will begin to count kung magkano. Sabi, sir, sa South Cotabato, gaano kalayo yan? Anong gamitin ninyo? May gasolina, pagkain. So, ang pagkanguri ko, pagkain. Bigyan ko yan sila ng, okay, I'll give you 20,000. Magamit nila yan, gamitin nyo yan. Pag may sobra niyan, magsabi sila, sir, hindi na ubos. Kasi nahuli ka agad. Kasi marami, hindi po masuloy, hindi mo mabulsa yan. Kasi marami kayo dyan sa team na police, nag-ooperate. Sasabihin mo talaga yan pagbalik, sir. May sobra dito, sir. Ilan? Sir, kalahati. Sabi ko, inyo na yan.
Mr. Chair,
Reward. Correct. Very correct. Talagang totoo. At minsan, bigyan ko pa dagdag.
so Mr. Chair, dahil ngayong kina-confirm na rin naman ng dating Pangulo na merong reward system at sabi po niya hindi lang pala siya yung gumagawa niyan. Meron ding iba na gumagawa niyan in relation dun sa anti-drug campaign. Mr. Chair, I'd like to delve into specific persons na napangalanan na rin dati sa Quad Committee. Nabanggit din ng dating Pangulo sa Senado, meron pong alias Smoking na tagabigay ng pera sa mga pulis para sa drug war operations. Ito pong si Smoking ay bahagi po dati ng Presidential Management Staff. Tama po ba, Mr. Chair?
Yes. An employee of the management staff.
Mr. Chair, bakit kinakailangan na isang taga-presidential management staff ang tagabigay ng pera? Saan po ba nanggagaling yung pera na siyang ginagamit para dun sa reward system?
Peace and order fund of the government. Huwag mo namang sabihin na ako pa ang magbigay doon sa mga pulis. Do not expect me to go down from the office at sabihin ko mag-distribute ako.
Mr. Chair, yung Peace and Order Fund, saan po yun specifically nakalagak? Galing po ba yun sa pondo ng Office of the President?
Lahat ng opisina, sir, from the President down to the Governor, Mayors, may Peace and Order Fund. Discretionary yan ng Mayor, ng Governor, ng Presidente.
Mr. Chair, yung Peace and Order Fund sa mga local government units natin, yun po ay kinukuha mula dun sa confidential fund. So kung sa Office of the President, lalo na't meron ding allocation for confidential and intelligence fund, doon din po ba kinukuha yung Peace and Order Fund para dun sa reward system?
I will not answer your question. I do have to make an accounting of what I did as President. That's official and personal.
Mr. Chair, bahagi ito ng ating gustong siyasatin dito sa Quad Committee kasi kanina din naman po ang banggit lahat ng mga nagpapatupad ng ganitong operations, yun yung source, Peace and Order Fund. Pero kailangan malinaw din saan talagang item, anong allocation po yun. So kung sa mga LGU, malinaw naman, confidential fund. Pero sa Office of the President, dahil po actually ay iilan lang naman yung mga line items doon. At kung meron dyan na pinaka-swak para dun sa peace and order, yun po ay confidential and intelligence fund. So gusto po nating ma-confirm lang, dahil po nalaman natin meron talagang reward system at merong pinanggagalingan yung pondo para dun sa reward system.
Sir, sandali. Medyo papahingin mo lang ako ng...
1 minute suspension.
Kaya tinawag yan, sir, ng intelligence pati confidential. Kaya huwag kang magtanong kung anong confidential ginawa ko. Confidential nga eh. I am protecting the interest of the Republic when I dispense confidential funds to the military and the police. Do not make me account for something which I cannot do legally. That is not allowed by law. I am prohibited from doing it.
Mr. Chair, I believe hindi tayo pwede sabihan dito sa committee na hindi tayo pwede magtanong lalo sa mga bagay na relevant dun sa ating investigations. And Mr. Chair, I was not even asking kung sino yung mga hanggang sa level ng mga regional police units, sino mga nakatanggap. I was simply asking yung nature ng paggamit ng pondo na iyon. And Mr. Chair, there's nothing in the joint circular on confidential and intelligence funds that says that we cannot ask general questions, Mr. Chair. Kaya kung ayaw po tayong sagutin dun sa ganong mga bagay, then I think that's actually an indirect admission na dun talaga nanggagaling at ayaw lang pong specify ng ating resource person yung nitty-gritty. Pero yun na po yung nagtutugma yung Peace and Order Fund na pwede talagang kunin doon sa Confidential and Intelligence Fund na actually ay lumobo ng sobrang taas sa ilalim po ng term ng past administration. So actually po, we gave our resource person a chance to answer pero nagdi-deviate po mula doon sa paano talaga sana sagutin ng diretso kasi simple lang naman po yung tanong kung doon ba kinukuha.
Okay, let me answer you. Chance to answer. You are asking as if you were from the COA. Hindi ka naman COA, hindi kita sagutin ng tama kasi wala rin akong alam. COA, kailangan mo ng report, so you have to bring the papers. You're asking questions that are pertaining to COA. Ano? Hindi naman ako COA. Mayor ako tapos presidente.
Sige, Mr. Chair, I won't belabor the point pero tingin ko ang mga kababayan natin yung makakausga. Malinaw naman po na wala po sa aming dalawa yung taga-COA pero mismo po nasa memorandum circular din naman na dapat ay ipatupad ng COA na dapat ay kung mayroong mga ahensyang nabibigyan, nag-grant ng Confidential and Intelligence Fund, dapat po hindi nga yan in the first place nakatago mula sa mga kababayan kasi the fact na nakatago po yan, ito po yung nangyari. Nagamit po ang pondo na yan para dun sa mga extrajudicial killings na kumitil ng buhay ng mga kapwa nating kabataan, magiging yung tens of thousands ng mga pamilya na actually ay hanggang ngayon nagdurusa at walang hustisya. So, kasunod nating tanong, Mr. Chair, dun sa paano ba nabubuo yung mga drug lists ng itong tina-target ng war on drugs ng dating administrasyon. Sino po ba yung mga nagbuo ng drug list? At ito yung mga kasama dun sa tina-target ng war on drugs ng dating administrasyon.
Drug list, it has to come Hindi naman sa department store yan. It has to come from the police doing the undercover.
Mr. Chair, yung mga napangalanan dati dito sa Quad Committee kagaya ni na Colonel Leonardo, bahagi ba sila ng mga nagbuo nitong drug list?
I don't know where he, hindi ko alam ang unit niya in particular. I only know that he's a policeman. Pero hindi ako nagtatanong kung saan siya galing, from where, kung saan siya nagtrabaho from one unit to another in the course of their being a policeman. Marami yan silang dinaanan. They are not just their diretso. So, yung tinatanong mo should be answered by Leonardo, not me.
Mr. Chair, lalo na't ang drug war ay ang number one reference nito ang pronouncements ng dating Pangulo. Kaya po, we have every right to ask our resource person tungkol dun sa pagbubuo ng mga drug list. Mr. Chair, ano po ang vetting process bago ma-finalize yung mga drug list? Ano po ang pinagdadaanan? Halimbawa, may nagsabi, ito, involved to sa kalakaran ng droga. Paano po natitiyak na yung final na version ng listahan, yun talaga yung mga merong sapat na batayan para masama dun sa listahan?
Wala akong vetting committee as president or mayor. Trabaho ng pulis yan. Hayaan mo sila sa trabaho nila. Tama man o mali, kanila yan. Ako dito sa aking trabaho, tama o mali, sagot ko. Pero yung vetting, bakit? What? Ang mayor mag-vet pa? You want to say that I have to, tatanong pa ako ulit to make a second investigation or a second guess? Do you expect me to do that?
Mr. Chair,
Wala ka bang mayor na kilala? Magtanong ka muna.
Mr. Chair, exactly, precisely. Kaya po tayo nagtatanong kasi kung walang vetting process, paano po yun kapag meron palang nasama? Sinama lang halimbawa ng isang pulis dahil tingin niya mataas yung reward, kaya mainam na patayin nila yon kasi sasabihin lang ng dating Pangulo na siya bahala. Tapos pag napatay, makiklaim yung reward at okay lang kasi hindi talaga na-check kung yun ba talaga ay merong key role dun sa illegal drug trade. So with that, Mr. Chair, sabi din po kanina kasi yung mga high value targets, yun talaga ang dapat mangyari dun, patayin. So Mr. Chair, gusto nating malaman, lahat po ba ng mga high value targets dun sa drug list na hindi na vet, lahat po ba yun ay merong unlawful aggression na ginawa noong sila ay gustong tugisin ng pulis?
Again. It's not, yeah, I know. Nakuha ko na. Kinig kasi ako sa ulan eh. Ulan ba yan? Kaya kita mo, ulan ka na. Yung hindi ko trabaho yan. Hindi trabaho ng presidente, hindi trabaho ng mayor. I do not have that kind of duty. Kaya ako may military ng presidente, may pulis. Anong mayor ako, may pulis ako. Yun ang trabaho nila. Ang trabaho nila, the end game is really to produce the name of persons who are in the drug industry. Kaya dito sa Manila, when I became president.
Mr. Chair, nagde-debate na po dun sa
Do not
tinatanong
interrupt me
natin.
because I am answering
Mr. Chair, the
the
answer
question.
is not directly in line with the
House
question.
mention. Hearing is resumed. Again, I'd like to remind everybody na pwede po patapusin natin magsalita ang nagsasalita bago po tayo magtanong po ulit ng kasunod na tanong. Para lang ho malinaw at maayos ang ating hearing, yun po ang paulit-ulit po nating sasabihin. So, Congressman Manuel, you have 3 more minutes. Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, ganito po kasi ang tanong natin kasi nung kinlalify natin kung may vetting process ba yung dun sa mga drug list, sabi naman po wala. Kaya halimbawa, kapag ang pangalan ay nalagay dun sa pagiging high value target na mataas yung reward para sa ganung mga tao, kahit hindi pa yan dumaan sa tamang proseso, ang goal na po kaagad ay patayin. And actually, sa nakaraang Quad Committee hearings, Mr. Chair, nalaman natin meron nga abogado nasama dun sa high value target. Tapos pinatay ng pulis. Kaya Mr. Chair, gusto kasi nating malaman kung ano ba talaga yung nangyayari dun sa mga operasyon. Kaya ang unang tanong po natin, kung meron po bang unlawful aggression dun sa lahat ng mga pinatay. Yun lang po yung tanong natin, Mr. Chair. Para ma-establish po natin talaga kung may merit ba na ganun yung order na kapag high value target, ang goal dapat ng police, patayin sila. So yun po yung tanong, Mr. Chair.
You are using the term unlawful aggression improperly. Huwag mo kong gamitin yan. Hindi tama yan. Better tone down your rhetorics. Walang Pilipino, Ms. Sir. Mayor ako, na presidente ako, I would never allow anybody to kill an innocent Filipino. Pag ginawa mo yan, at magtanong ka lahat ng pulis ng Pilipinas. Pagka pumasok ka ng kidnapping, pinatay mo, patayin talaga eh. Hindi kita bubuhay. Ngayon, ibig mong sabihin na hindi, what I'm trying to say is that we are not employees of government out there doing about their duties, especially the police. Awa naman ako dyan sa mga just to go and shoot innocent people. Ano ito? Hunting safari sa Africa? Basta na lang pawarilin mo isang tao na walang rason? Even you, can you do it? Baka patay ka ng tao na barilin mo na walang rason, na inosente? How can that be? Give me a common sense reason kung bakit ganon. That you presumptuously tignan mo, tuloy, nagalit na. Siyempre, nagalit na yung langit. Dahil sa tatanong mo na, ano ba? Alam mo to sa totoo lang. Hindi ito totoo lang, ha? marami akong pinatay na pulis sa Davao na kriminal. Magtanong kayo sa Davao, mag-go around. Ano yung ako mismo ang talagang humirit. Harap-harapan. Marami akong pinatay na pulis na gago na mag-kidnap, mag-rape, tapos magpatay. Sabi ko sa iyo, pag mahuli ko kayo, maabutan ko kayo, talagang papatayin ko kayo. Lahat yan, that goes for the law enforcer, the soldiers, lahat, civilians. Pagka ginawa mo yung, kaya sabi ko yung i-hold up mo na, akyatin mo sa bahay, tapos kunin mo yung pera, i-rape mo yung asawa, i-rape mo yung mga anak, ay anak na, totoo yan.
Kaya,
Yan yung sinasabi nila, totoo yan.
kaya Mr. Chair,
Oo, totoo yan.
ang bagit po ng dating Pangulo, hindi daw siya mag-uutos na magpapatay ng mga inosente. Pero kanina din po kasi ang na-mention, basta nasa list ng high value target, ang goal ay patayin. So I'd like to ask muna Mr. Chair, kasi para din po maging malinaw sa mga kababayan natin, I'd like to ask Attorney Conti from NUPL. Ako din naman po, Mr. Chair, ayoko dun sa mga drug lord. Gusto ko mapanagot. So, Mr. Chair, kung high value target ba, kapag wala pang proceeding ng korte, pero nasa listahan,